How limiting beliefs affect your relationship. I'm Ceza Ouzounian and I am a relationship and love coach. And today we're talking about limiting beliefs in relationships. So, limiting beliefs are beliefs that you have picked up over the years from your childhood, from past experiences, from society, and they affect how you think, how you feel, and how you behave. So, really important to understand what our limiting beliefs are because often they're running the show, they're running in the background in our subconscious and they're affecting everything. And they can really create issues in a relationship. So they can create insecurities. And I did a video on insecurities a little while back, so go check that out. I'll put a link to it. But it can bring up all your insecurities. If you, let's say, have a limiting belief that you don't deserve love and you're in a relationship, you might start sabotaging that relationship to make that belief a reality. Beliefs become like a self-fulfilling prophecy. So you either end up in a relationship where, for instance, if we go back to the belief of not being lovable, you in a relationship with someone who doesn't treat you well, who doesn't love you, who doesn't show you the love that you need, and then that reinforces that belief of I'm not lovable. Or on the flip side, you might be in a relationship and you start to sabotage the relationship, and you may not even be aware that you're doing these things. But what happens is it's creating that belief of I'm not lovable. You're pushing the other person away until they leave you, and that belief is reinforced. So we really want to understand what our limiting beliefs are, because you don't want to enter a relationship and start sabotaging it, especially if you've met someone who is amazing, who is your right person, who is giving you the relationship you desire. You don't want those insecurities coming up and causing issues in your relationship. Sometimes limiting beliefs are due to fears that you have. For example, the fear of rejection or fear of vulnerability or fear of commitment. So they affect, again, your beliefs. They affect how you think, feel, what you do. If you have a fear of commitment and you're in a relationship and deep down you want to be in a relationship and have that really great relationship, and that fear is coming up, you might start sabotaging the relationship. You might even just break up with the person. You might start finding all these excuses and flaws and problems in the relationship so you can walk away. So that fear is taking over and it's reinforcing that belief that you can't be a certain way in a relationship. You can't have a certain relationship that you desire. So again, we want to look at what fears are going on beneath the surface. What fears are getting triggered when you're in a relationship? And it's just the same way as you want to see what limiting beliefs are getting triggered in a relationship. And then it could be things like self-esteem. So if your self-esteem is quite low, that is going to bring up a lot of beliefs that you hold about yourself. So it could be, for example, you don't believe you're worthy of a relationship. You don't believe you deserve a good person in a relationship. And especially if you've experienced a lot of, abuse as you've grown up or toxic relationships. And there's that belief that you hold that you don't deserve someone good. You don't deserve a brilliant relationship. And so you're going to then end up in relationships where you're either being treated badly because that's what you feel you deserve, or you're going to end up with someone who is great, but you can't be happy because either you don't trust that the person actually loves you as much as they say. You might start sabotaging the relationship. You might start pushing them away because of that low self-esteem. You don't believe you deserve it. And low self-esteem, again, can be lots of different beliefs that feed into that. So we really want to identify what those beliefs are that you're holding on to. And we all have limiting beliefs. No matter how great your relationship is and how confident you are and how, even if you've done this work a lot, there are limiting beliefs that will come up. So we really want to start identifying them because they will affect you. And a really good way that you can start doing this is by listening to your thoughts. What are you saying to yourself? Thoughts are just beliefs. So thoughts and beliefs are linked. So thoughts are thoughts that you have over and over and over again until they become so ingrained they become a belief. And those thoughts will affect how you feel. So if you have the thought of, I don't deserve to be happy in my relationship, and that's going around your head constantly over and over and over again, it's going to make you feel low. It's going to make you feel sad. It's going to make you feel grumpy or angry or scared. And that's going to then affect how you behave in that relationship. You might push the other person away. You might be emotionally closed off. You might not be able to communicate with that person. You might leave the relationship. And all of that is affected by that limiting belief. So think about what you're saying to yourself. And you can journal on this. This is a really great way to get your thoughts out your head. Ask the question, what do I think about relationships? Or how do I feel in my relationship? Or what do I think about my relationship? And just allow yourself to free flow, write everything. Don't overthink it, don't judge it, just let everything that needs to come out. And then you can go back and look at what you've written. And you can start to notice what limiting beliefs you're holding on to. So maybe you are telling yourself you don't deserve to be loved. Or maybe you're telling yourself that the other person can't possibly love you as much as they say. Those are both limiting beliefs. Or maybe you're saying you can't be happy in your relationship. Again, a limiting belief. So we want to identify what you're actually thinking and feeling about your relationship so that it doesn't start to affect your relationship. If you've got a great person and you have this great relationship, but you've got that fear or the low self-esteem or the insecurities coming up, and you're pushing the other person away, or you're playing games, or you are being nasty, or you are being controlling or paranoid or jealous, that's going to affect the relationship. The other person's going to be affected by what you're doing, and it could potentially end the relationship. So by identifying what's going on internally, it means you can change those limiting beliefs. You can change what you're thinking. You can change what you're feeling. And then you can change what you do as a result of that. And while you're doing this work, if you find there are those limiting beliefs, talk to your partner about it. Tell them that that's how you're feeling and that's what you're thinking and this is what's coming up. Because when they know, then that means they know that, okay, they're pushing me away emotionally because of this limiting belief. And it means they can be there to support you. And it stops them from being triggered by what you're doing. So for example, if you are pushing them away emotionally, they're not going to get triggered and then push you away or walk away or whatever. They're going to know, okay, this is just a trigger. I just need to be supportive and be here and allow the person to be able to open up. And then together, you can work through those barriers. You can work through those limiting beliefs and create a healthier and happier relationship. Communication is such an important part of this. And when you communicate with your partner, it means they can communicate with you and you can be open and honest together. And that can make a real difference to your relationship. Another great way is seeking outside support. For example, what I do as a coach, I work with my clients to help them identify what limiting beliefs they have, identify their fears, their insecurities, like everything that's going on beneath the surface that's affecting their relationship. And sometimes because you're in the middle of your relationship, you're in the middle of your life, you can't see those beliefs, but I can, which means I can then guide you to being able to shift your perspective and see what beliefs you're holding on to. And that's the beauty of working with a coach. It means you can start seeing things and understanding yourself in a way you couldn't before, because I'm unbiased. I'm not here to judge you. I'm not here to affect you in any way apart from helping you see the things that you're holding on to and that's affecting you and your relationship. And once you do that, you can really learn to let them go and break that pattern of that limiting belief being triggered, and put something more positive in place so you can change how you think and feel and what you do and change how you are in that relationship. And once you do that, you're going to feel more amazing. You're going to feel so different. You're going to be able to be in that relationship in a healthy way. You're going to be able to communicate with your partner in a healthy way. You're going to be able to be happy and relaxed and loved and everything that you want, because you're not plagued by all these limiting beliefs. So yeah, working with a coach is, I mean, I still work with a coach, and it's amazing because we can never fully see all our inner blocks. We all have blind spots, so a coach can really help you see that. And if you're interested in working with more, I do have a 5-week course called Love Unlocked, which gives you all the guidance and tools to be able to work on your limiting beliefs. And I'll put a link to it so you can go check it out. And if you have any questions, drop them below. And don't forget to like and subscribe to the video, to the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!